Before. Okay, Oscar fans, this isn't just an Oscar experts prediction slugfest. This is the real heavyweight bout. We pull no punches, Tariq Khan and I, Tom O'Neill from Gold Derby, and we're going to tell you who's out front for Best Picture and call each other an idiot.
Absolutely, that's what
and let's just start right here. This is how wrong you are, Tariq. You have Beale Street and Vice in your Best Picture predictions higher ranked than BlacKkKlansman and Black Panther, which I think both have a viable path to Best Picture. Explain yourself.
No. The problem with BlacKkKlansman is it's getting no tech nominations. It's getting in probably for Best Picture, Best Director, probably Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Screenplay, but will it even get an editing nomination?
Well,
I mean, to win Best Picture, you need some tech support.
Yes, but this has overperformed this movie everywhere. And so why do you say it's not going to do that at the Guild Awards next?
Overperforming at the nominations, for the Golden Globes and the SAG Awards, that doesn't mean you're winning Best Picture, Tom.
No, but it means that it's more in the running than Vice or First Man.
You have Vice, 6 nominations at the Globes. Got in for Best Director as well.
Yes, but it's not going to win Best Picture.
No, right.
There's no path for that.
And neither is BlacKkKlansman. They're not winning.
No, but I think it can. I think there's a possibility that Spike Lee wins at the Golden Globes. This is a race, remember?
Right.
But anyway,
it's not winning Best Picture, Tom. It's going to be nominated, but it's not winning. And Black Panther, it has the reverse problem, that it's getting nominations in tech areas, but probably no Best Director, probably no acting nominations, probably no screenplay nominations. So it's impossible for a film like Black Panther to get in with only tech support and no bids in the top core categories. That's just impossible.
The rules are being rewritten all the time, and there is a very strong Black Panther contingent. This is a Derby season that began with a discussion about how do we reward a Best Popular Picture here at the Oscars, which is going slighted all the time. This is the ultimate one.
Right, but Black Panther still, though, it's not going to win Best Picture, Tom.
Just by you saying that by fiat does not make it so.
Tom, I just said it. No Best Director nomination, no acting nomination, no screenplay nomination. So how is this film winning Best Picture, Tom?
Well, I don't know, but it certainly can.
You don't know.
That's right.
It's going to be nominated. Several tech nominations.
It could be nominated for director.
Maybe some tech
It could be nominated at DGA too. There is a path here. If there is a superhero movie, this is the one to defy the odds. It defied the odds. Excuse me. At the Golden Globes, it became the first superhero movie nominated for Best Drama Picture. The first superhero movie nominated for SAG Ensemble. Get that smirk off your face.
What do you know? You're just too funny. I love laughing at your ridiculous prediction. You just keep that. You put Black Panther #1 all season long.
I don't have it #1. I'm saying
go ahead.
But put it there now. What movies can win Best Picture?
Okay, Green Book, The Favorite, maybe A Star Is Born. That's it.
Oh, now maybe there's a. We've been battling this all day off camera, and there was no path 2 minutes ago for A Star Is Born. Now he's saying what is possible that 21 of 23 experts at Gold Derby say will happen.
Oh yes, the same experts who last year said Dunkirk was going to win Best Picture. Last year, this time, I was the only expert saying Shape of Water was winning Best Picture.
Yeah, but you got it wrong at the end, and so did I.
But still,
quit crowing about a prediction. One day, back in a year ago, I actually had it out front. But, ooh, I'm sure I did at some point.
But Tom, a year ago you questioned me, and this is what you can
I have never questioned him in the past before.
You said to me, "Aren't you going a little crazy for Shape of Water winning Best Picture and Best Director?" So
I was asking a question. Why is that a wrong thing to do?
Because you thought I was crazy for picking Shape of Water for Best Picture and Best Director. So look where things went.
Sally Hawking's getting intimate with a fish did not strike me as a Best Picture winner at that
The fish
time.
is getting the last laugh.
The fish, it sure did in many ways.
But I think Green Book is ahead for Best Picture because it is the consensus choice. It's a film that can get
that is not the consensus choice.
Votes across the board.
I have it at #1, 2 here now. Because
Exactly,
I think it's because it's the movie that has the passion vote. The people that they're rooting for it. I think it wins Comedy Picture at the Golden Globes. I think that's possible there. I think it was likely there. But the thing is that there is this backlash, if you believe the parts of the blogosphere, against Green Book. And if that exists at all, and we've seen no evidence for it, by the way, in the early awards returns, but it is sappy, and it doesn't feel pretentious in a way that Shape of Water did, and Moonlight did, and Hurt Locker, for that matter.
Yes. I always say that the film that is seen as an artistic achievement across the board, that's the film that wins Best Picture. That is 12 Years a Slave. That is Birdman. That's Moonlight. That's Shape of Water. This year, the films that sort of fit that mold, I think, are The Favorite and Roma. Both those films, I think, may stumble a bit. The Favorite, a great film, will get the most nominations. I think easily hits 10, could even go 12 nominations-wise. But The Favorite, there's no one you're rooting for. I think that works against it on the preferential ballot. And with Roma, that film, not enough support from actors. I mean, it probably won't get any acting nominations, and maybe one.
The Favorite, by the way, is all about rooting for one of these two against the other. And no, I disagree.
Roma doesn't get the high-ranking votes across the board.
No, I don't. I agree
but not
with
across
that.
the board.
I agree with that.
That's why it can't win.
And but I think I agree with you that that it's not the winner.
So with those two films out of the running, that's why Green Book, almost by default, can become the
Wait, what was
best
the other
picture
one
winner.
you just knocked out of the running?
Well, The Favorite and Roma.
Oh, but The Favorite, there is a path for The Favorite.
There is, I have number 2. I do, but Green Book
I mean,
is
I think there can be an upset at let's say
PGA for The Favorite. Could that win there? It's not winning SAG Ensemble, The Favorite, not nominated. So
no, I know that,
Okay.
but I think that it could pull off an upset at the Golden Globes. I think it could pull off
Yes,
an
it
upset
could,
at
it
the
could.
Critics' Choice Awards.
The Favorite, okay.
Yes, I think it's possible.
Right.
Leads
The
with
Favorite
most
does do
nominations
well
there.
across on the preferential ballot, but I think Green Book does even better. It's less divisive.
The problem is that there is this. We have to acknowledge it. There is this backlash among the media types, as if that matters. Though they also didn't like Argo. I mean,
Beautiful Mind. We heard all about this.
Oh
this
my
backlash,
God! Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it won.
Yeah. So. I don't know, but I do think there is a cynical groupthink taking place against poor Green Book, which is really
Green
good.
Book actually reminds me of films that won Best Picture back in the 90s and 80s.
Literally Driving
like
Miss
Forrest
Daisy.
Gump, Driving Miss Daisy, Terms of Endearment, and Rain Man. So, but it is a very good film, well acted, well directed, good script, good editing, a nice score. So it can still win Best Picture.
A Star Is Born can win too, because it is all of those things that we normally want. It's a big achievement of big, bold, sexy superstars. I know it hasn't won in the past. It wasn't nominated the 1954 version.
Or the 76 version, of course.
Or that didn't deserve to be nominated.
So don't tell Barbara that.
I don't
please.
tell Barbara that. All right, but the George Cukor, Judy Garland one in '54 did. But there were reasons for that. It was being distributed kind of like outside. There was a backlash against the movie about its distribution and its production. Remember, it was done by Judy's husband Sid Luft. It was packaged that way. It was done off the grid, and then there were issues like that. And of course, Judy lost. Famously Best Actress there, probably because she had generated so much ill will in the industry by her antics off
Greatest
camera.
robbery since Brinks, right?
Groucho Marx
said,
famously said yes, and he was right.
But A Star Is Born, I think, does fairly well. I don't know that he gets the high-ranking votes across the board. Some voters will look at it as being the fourth version of the film, and it's good here. But is it really a serious artistic achievement?
Yes, it is in many ways. It redefines this.
You think so?
Yeah.
One other problem with The Star Is Born is the second half. People say that the first half is
don't
better.
give me that. Who cares about that kind of
Doesn't the second
bull?
half drag a bit?
Here's my point. I think there is an argument, a pundit's argument to be made that Star Is Born is your number 2 vote. If you're because it is the presumed front runner now.
Right. Sounds a lot like La La Land, folks. You know, the number 1 team.
I know.
So
no one's smart after that upset.
I mean, if La La Land couldn't win, I have a hard time seeing A Star Is Born winning on the preferential ballot.
No. I think it is people's number 1 or number 2 vote.
Star Is Born?
Yes. I'm not predicting it right now, but I'm that close to switching my vote. But what do I know?
Yeah, what does he know? We've all learned that the hard way, right?
Oh my God! There are, as William Goldman famously said in Hollywood, nobody knows nothing.
That's right. He was talking about you, of course.
That's exactly what it is. Let's talk about Best Director. Everyone's saying Alfonso Cuarón, but come on. I think there's a really good, compelling argument for Spike Lee possibly winning at the Golden Globes. That's setting off something. I think there is this huge thing you're underestimating at this whole derby, which is this Spike Lee surge that could happen. And I think that Bradley Cooper is the tough thing for Bradley in Best Director, as we know historically, here is getting nominated. Because it's just the director's branch that's doing the nomination, so you have to convince them, if you're a pretty boy actor, that you can come in. Ben Affleck couldn't do that famously for Argo. It won Best Picture anyway. Bradley faces that resistance internally, I'm sure.
You can see him not being nominated at the Oscars for Best Director. That's possible, isn't it?
It's possible. I don't think in this case. I think they probably viewed Ben Affleck as a lightweight, putting out a commercial movie, blah, blah. And yes, there was a brief time in October of that season where it was ahead for Best Picture, then fell behind. It was a very competitive year.
It was,
but,
yes.
And Lincoln was that year, right?
Right,
That's
yes.
right. It had the most
2012,
Oscar
yes.
nominations. So there was a lot going on in a race that changed all the time. But here, I think, come on,
Okay, well now
Brad,
the
you
Globes,
don't have. By the way,
you know,
he doesn't have
I
Bradley Cooper
don't-
nominated
I
for
don't
director.
because
That's ridiculous.
There are others I want to put in more than Bradley. No offense.
well, it's all about what
that's
you
why-
want, isn't it?
well,
No,
No,
it's
no,
not.
It's all about the passion votes from the director's branch here, and that's why I have obviously the likes of Alfonso Cuarón and Spike Lee. I think Peter Farrelly gets in for best director. Bradley Cooper. How many directors will rank him number one on their ballots for the directorial
A
achievement
lot
of the
of
year?
them.
That's what I question.
A lot of them, because this
yes.
really was his achievement. The whole
But-
he really produced the movie, directed the movie. He did, he's empty the trash bins on
yes.
set at the end
Ben
of the day.
Affleck and Argo did exactly the same. So, by the way, we do agree though that Cooper can win Best Director at the Golden Globes. That's very possible, right?
Absolutely, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely,
Yes.
Very, and I like the fact that you've got the guts to go for, how do you pronounce his name? Yangos for director.
Yorgos Lanthimos for Best
Yes.
Director. For the favorite, yes, he's getting in for Best Director.
I could see that happening.
The Globes, no, that was a fluke here. I think he's in for DGA, and he's definitely in for the Oscar for Best Director, no question. That film getting the most nominations, being the artistic achievement it was, he's in for Best Director.
I see that as a
Yes.
possibility.
Oh, and of course, remember, it's pretentious, so that always counts with the director's branch. No offense.
I know.
Remember, Michael Haneke got in for Best Director for Amour, so
Oh, my God.
you know, that masterpiece.
That masterpiece,
Yes.
don't remind me. So let's switch to Best Actress, and this is where I think that I do see Lady Gaga. We know you come to Gold Derby, and
You're
we
watching.
love you, baby. And I think there's a really strong chance that you can win Best Actress. Certainly, the predictions at Gold Derby bear that out. But Tariq doesn't think so. Don't blame me for that.
Sorry.
No, but give us your ridiculous
No,
Lady Gaga's
let me
not
give you
winning
analysis.
argument.
Okay, she's going to win the Golden Globe. I
Right,
think
well,
that is
there you
pretty much
go,
a done
right
deal
there.
here.
That sets her on her way of legitimacy.
But I think she'll lose at SAG. Most SAG voters will look at her and think she did a great job in A Star Is Born, but the role wasn't that much of a stretch.
I'm a
and
SAG
will
voter.
They
I don't
want
buy
to?
this.
Will they want to vote for somebody for Best Actress like her, who they perceive more as a singer and as a celebrity, and not a real true actress? So she has that working against her. And when it comes to the Oscars, then again, most voters will think of her as being a singer. She does a great job in A Star Is Born, but was this role really a stretch for her?
But
they'll view her
sometimes-
as having played herself, and that's not fair. But they won't see her as deserving the Best Actress Oscar. So I think Glenn
Nobody
Close,
on the planet, I've said this before, but nobody on the planet, I'm sure including Sandra Bullock's mother, thought she gave the
No,
best
she was
performance of the
great.
year
Oh, she
in
was
The
great in
Blind
The
Side.
Blind
Give,
Side.
give me a
She
break.
was. She won
That was a
everything.
We Love Sandy vote. I
Glenn
know.
Close can win at SAG. She can easily win at SAG.
No,
and
not
then she
easily
can,
win at
no,
SAG.
She can
No,
win
it
at
is
SAG.
not. No,
And
no,
she
no,
can win the
no,
Oscar.
no.
Yes, she can be
No,
this year's
what-
Geraldine
what-
Page
what-
in Trip to Battlefield. That can be Glenn Close.
Here's why you're so misguided on this race, and that is there is this kind of Jennifer Lawrence thing going on this year, or potentially this year, which is sometimes when you are at the height of superstardom and you're breaking into the firmament as the star of the day, of the moment, as she was in Silver Linings Playbook. Sometimes the Oscar is a crown. It was for like Streisand when she was tying with Hepburn that first year. That's why that was. I mean, her performance
Right.
was dynamic and amazing
Yes.
in Funny Girl. But sometimes it is Hollywood saying, "My dear, you are the new queen of Hollywood. Here's your crown." That is Lady Gaga this year, and that happens often at the Oscars. So why do you just totally exclude that possibility happening here when it is clearly the
she
crowning
has been-
achievement among
you know, it's
stars
funny,
this year? All stars.
She's been a big star for a number of years now. And
Oh, well, really?
she
That's an
carries-
insight.
She carries that baggage that she's not viewed as being a serious actress. And maybe it's not fair, but
Cher won among popular singers. Frank Sinatra won an acting
Well, wait,
award
wait,
at the Oscars.
Right. Okay. Well, Cher in that case, remember that was her second nomination already.
she
She'd
beat
been
poor
nominated.
Glenn Close that
She'd
year,
been
Fabulous
nominated.
Action.
She'd been nominated
what a
4
horror.
years earlier for Silkwood. She was slided from Mask. She was so great in Mask '85. Wasn't even nominated that year. So
I'm still
she was
outraged,
considered
aren't
over.
you?
And voters loved Moonstruck that year. I mean, it didn't win Best Picture, won 3 Oscars out of 6 nominations, but Moonstruck was loved that year. So Cher, she won. Lady Gaga this year in Star Is Born.
She's not loved. She's not whatever. Oh,
She
whatever.
doesn't have a
Ding
prior
bad
snub.
idea
She doesn't
you've
have
gotten.
a previous Oscar nomination.
It
So
doesn't matter.
That
It
works.
doesn't
That works
matter.
against her. And Jennifer Lawrence, she had already been nominated 2 years earlier for Winter's Bone, and some people thought she should have won for that. And Silver Linings Playbook was a real strong player in the race, and its only chance to win probably an acting award. So
How
she
many
won.
Oscar nominations did Adrian Brody have before he won? Give me a break.
Remember, he was the only non-winner
Oh,
at
I
that
don't want
point.
to.
That's why he won. So.
Right. So he was the only what?
He was the only person who hadn't won at that point of those nominees.
Oh, was he?
Best
Okay.
actor of 2002.
That's the reason he won?
That was part of it.
So the Olivia Colman thing is fascinating. We have a real profound disagreement here.
Yes.
I see her as a real threat here. I see that no, in the same way that the pretentious actors branch,
Right.
yes, very pretentious, goes for the actorly performance, and that is
Right.
the reason The Favorite is everybody's favorite little indie movie is because of her. Yes, it's not the biggest role; it is probably the smallest of the three. But boy, it's the one that hits you like a sledgehammer,
it is.
and you walk out of the theater going, "Wow!"
A few things working against her. It's borderline supporting. She's not well known, and the biggest thing is that it's so unlikable. I always say that
I
evil
disagree here.
characters
I
can
disagree,
win.
yeah.
Unlikable ones have a harder time. And
But
Olivia
it's-
Colman in The Favorite
She's
is
grotesque.
just so despicable. I mean,
No,
she's
but
great
not
in it.
evil, but she's despicable and unselfish,
She's unlikable.
Not necessarily. I disagree. I think the final scene of the very final shot of the whole movie is
Right.
the sadness of this poor queen with her bunny
Now,
rabbits.
for Colman to win, now, we don't even think she's going to win the Golden Globe for Best Actress.
No, she's not.
She's
No.
losing Emily Blunt. She's not going to win SAG.
Why do you say that?
Because she's not
It's the
well
most
known.
pretentious of all the performers.
The Favorite, it's funny, it didn't even make it into SAG Ensemble. She's not a well-known actress. Up against big names, she's not going to win
Either
SAG.
did Green Book
Her
and
best chance- her best
Viggo
chance-
and Mahershala could win there.
It's her best chance is the BAFTA. That's not enough to win the Oscar. She's brilliant. She'll be nominated again, but she's not winning this year.
If you accept the premise, and you should, that The Favorite really is the kind of, there are all these big commercial movies like Green Book and A Star Is Born and all that good stuff. But the thing that just takes your breath away, the actorly performance,
Yes.
the pretentious performance, which is actually equal to its pretension, is this Olivia Colman thing. And if you haven't seen it out there, I don't want to spoil it for you, but what happens is she just emerges slowly over the movie, becoming more and more of a grotesque, but not in an evil way, not in a monster way. I mean, it kind of, yes, but I agree. I'm always talking about at Gold Derby, the winking devil, that they want like your friend Allison Janney.
Yes.
winning because she was the winking devil, and I admit I did not acknowledge that early on.
Yes.
I went for the Laurie Metcalf thing because it was more sympathetic.
Yes. May I just remind you, a year ago, we sat right here on this very couch, and you said Best Supporting Actress, it's over, it's Laurie Metcalf. And I said, no way, it's Allison Janney, I, Tanya. You thought it was ridiculous, and you insisted she couldn't
I
win
was
because
wrong
she wasn't
once in a whole lifetime, and he hangs on
when
that.
I said I would, you told me, hold on to that Allison Janney thing, you can own it. So this year, I own it, okay?
Last year, when we were predicting Oscar nominations, I got 81% right. He was down at 77. So who are you going to believe now?
Hang on a second here, but on the final ballot, though, we tied. I had more points. And over the years here, I've won twice among the experts. You've won 0 times. You're like Glenn Close. So
It's my
I don't
website.
know.
Oh my God!
Poor
Have I
Glenn Close.
fired you yet? Get you out of here.
Sorry. Good luck this year. Maybe you have a better chance. Olivia Colman, just keep that
We
in there.
just tied
Yes.
at the SAG nominations, by the way. If you're
Yes.
keeping score,
I came
So
in
that-
first for Golden Globe nominations predictions, and I finished first Critics' Choice nomination. So. you know.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
You
I
beat
did,
me?
yes. I
Oh,
did,
that's right.
yes.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
every
so-
now and then he squeaks
Oh, come
through.
on, Tom.
But you do have some very often boneheaded predictions, like the fact that Bradley Cooper doesn't get nominated for director. That is just simply not
3 years
happening.
ago. 3 years ago, I told you that Ridley Scott wasn't getting nominated for The Martian. You and Paul Sheehan thought I was ridiculous, and what happened? He wasn't nominated. So
Well, you got that right.
So
How
Cooper,
nice.
he could be. I'm
we
not
can
certain
go
about it
through-
yet. So.
Nobody's certain about anything. What does that have to do with anything here? You're hiding behind these equivocations.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
We want answers here, don't
Yes,
we? This is
and I
Gold
have
Derby. Quit equivocating.
Okay, next category.
Next category, Best
Actor
Actor.
in a
Oh, this
leading
is a
role.
tough one.
Yes.
Oh,
No,
go
it's not
for it,
tough.
baby. Tell me what
It's tough.
stupid idea you have here.
Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody, is winning Best Actor.
I would love to see that
He's
happen. I
he's
love
so
that
winning.
movie.
Here's the thing: is that you also saw the article I wrote, 5 reasons why Rami's win. The number one reason is that it's a he's playing a real person, and he's physically transformed, and he wows people. People have been so impressed.
But the movie's
by his
considered
performance.
uncool by the cool
Doesn't
crowd
matter,
of
doesn't-
Hollywood.
doesn't
I
matter.
hope it doesn't matter.
Rami's winning. Now we agree. Rami is winning. See,
Keep talking.
Rami's here. He actually knocked over the camera here.
We know you
Rami,
love-
come on, control yourself. Rami is winning the Globe for Best Actor.
Yes, I agree
He's
with
going to
that.
win that Best Actor in a drama, beating Bradley Cooper. Folks,
Oh, I don't know if I
remember
agree with
last
that.
year? Remember last year? I guaranteed you that Frances McDormand would win SAG, and I guaranteed you that Allison Janney would win SAG. 2 years earlier, I guarantee you Denzel Washington would win SAG. This
A couple
year,
years ago, he
listen to me.
guaranteed you Emmanuel
guarantee
Riva
you.
was
No,
winning
no.
Best Actress.
Okay.
Don't listen to this
Listen,
horse.
I
doo-doo.
guarantee you Rami Malek is winning SAG.
Well, your guarantee isn't always worth
Well,
everything.
listen to me.
Come on.
This year, Rami is winning SAG. I'm based here
I
in New
could
York.
see that happening.
I know
Yes, I
a
could
lot of
absolutely see
SAG
that
members.
happening.
I've spoken to over 100 in recent weeks.
I'm a SAG member.
And I asked.
Did you ask me?
And I asked, your
I'm in.
your opinion doesn't count. You're too ridiculous. But I asked SAG voters. I say between Rami Malek and Bohemian Rhapsody and Bradley Cooper and A Star Is Born, who gets your vote? And the response overwhelmingly is for Rami Malek. They are wowed by this performance. They love this. They love this performance. They love this film here.
They love Bradley Cooper too, and they
the
also
way that he played Freddie
but look
Mercury.
at it this way: for SAG, we're talking about here
Yes,
now.
yes.
So if you are a SAG member, unlike I was an after member and then dragged into SAG. That's how I got in, because I was on doing TV spots as a TV journalist. But let's actually take the real actors here, right? I mean, the SAG members who are actually workaday actors or wannabes working in act. Their greatest dream is to write and direct and produce and be the boss on a movie, and Bradley does that.
So that's why they're voting for Bradley Cooper. For SAG, that makes 0 sense. I'm sorry, Tom. No, Rami Malek is winning.
It's his
SAG.
movie.
No, I guarantee. And by the way, Bohemian Rhapsody made it in for Best Cast at SAG.
I know, that's
now,
how much
that
support there
shows
is.
you how much those voters. They left out Vice. They left out The Favorite. They left out
Remember,
Green
at SAG,
Book.
there's this mysterious SAG nom-com.
SAG voters. They love Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, they
Trust
do,
me.
and they're very smart. So do Glove voters.
Rami, I swear, I've heard 90% of the votes I hear are for Rami Malek for Best Actor.
Yeah, but
For
you
SAG.
haven't
He's
quoted a
winning.
single
He's
Oscar
winning.
voter.
Now,
He's
the
quoting
thing.
his
Here's the
friends
thing.
here.
Here's the thing.
Right.
If Rami wins a Globe, we agree he wins. If he wins SAG, you think he wins. He'll probably win BAFTA. How is he not winning the Oscar?
Because I think there's this idea of Viggo Mortensen. And no, let me give you a counter argument here.
Here Viggo again. Go ahead.
No, but he is he's the beloved veteran who is their crowd, dearie, in Hollywood. He's their guy, and there is this. Sometimes they don't care about the role.
Close,
Sandra
yes.
Bullock. They don't care about the role, and that
Yes.
could be the case there. We'll talk about it in a second. But there could be a role with. I don't even remember what I'm talking about.
What I asked you, Tom, was I said if Rami wins the Globe, wins SAG,
Oh,
and
Viggo,
wins,
I'm making
and
my
wins
Viggo
BAFTA,
case.
then how does Viggo come out of nowhere and win Best Actor at the Oscars?
Because he's their guy. Because Viggo is playing a real life person, packed on the weight. There's this narrative at all these Q&As.
Rami didn't play a real person. He didn't transform himself physically. No,
he
Rami
had,
didn't
he
do
had
that.
the mouth thing in his teeth, and he was fantastic. Look, it gets my vote at SAG. I think I'm not allowed to tell you how I'm going to vote at SAG. He's getting mine. I think it's great. But Viggo, I think, is
Viggo was
right
great.
now. If you held the vote, he's going to win the Golden Globe. By the way, or he's out front there to win.
At the Oscars, okay, up against Rami, we'll have
Remember, there are
Bradley
2 Golden
Cooper,
Globes.
we'll have Christian Bale, we'll have Viggo Mortensen. I wrote about this. The overdue vote could go 3 different directions to either of those 3 guys.
Well, that's helpful.
So, no, it's a plurality. That's what you need to win for in an acting category. It's the plurality, and Rami easily gets that. So
Easily, there's no easily
Yes,
here.
he does,
Not
yes.
in a race with
Again-
Christian Bale,
again-
who they want to give a lead actor award to at the Oscars. You know that, and I
When-
know that. Bradley Cooper. It's all about Bradley this year. This super actor, this super producer. I mean, did American Sniper, and we. Like
Right.
fools, we are so sorry, Bradley. I know that I keep hearing rumors that you're disappointed in us at Gold Derby, as you should be. That we did not nominate you in a couple cases. He was always like in that 6th slot, or
Right.
like an American
Just
Sniper
made it
was
in,
just out in our
Yes.
predictions, and we underestimate this guy all the time. Let's not underestimate him again.
yes, but again, Rami winning the Globe, SAG,
He
BAFTA,
guarantees
he
it.
is winning the Oscar, folks.
I'd love to see it happen. I think there are cynics in Hollywood who would have a different idea in that case. But that said, who's the 5th nominee here? Ethan Hawke, or is it John David Washington? And I have Ethan down now, and we just saw Washington, Denzel's son, get the SAG nomination here and the Globe, right?
Right, yes,
Right,
exactly.
okay,
yes.
so
Well,
maybe
it's
you
like,
got your.
I had-
Maybe he's finally onto
it's funny,
something.
I had Hawke in, but after he was left out both the Globes and at SAG, and Washington again, BlacKkKlansman being nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, which we know is going to happen, him getting into the Globes and at SAG, it's hard to leave him out. So
I know
I don't
it
think
is,
he's a
Evan.
lock for nomination, but I think
But didn't we
Washington gets in.
underestimate Ethan Hawke early on? I mean, this is A24. It's a New York-based studio that's frequently underestimated, I should say, among the Hollywood crowds. We're in New York right now,
Right.
and so First Reform did well on some of those New York-based
Yes.
awards like Gotham. And
He won both New York and LA Film Critics, right? But again, if you're a betting man, you bet on the person who's been nominated for the Globe and the SAG Award, and is a film that's going to be nominated for Best Picture, and that's John David Washington. So not a lock by any means, but I think he gets in there.
Okay, well, I might steal that prediction from you, and if you're wrong, God help you. I'm gonna
Oh,
kill
yes, exactly. Oh,
right.
Best Supporting Actress.
Best Supporting
yes.
Actress. Now, you and I have had
Fascinating.
Regina King out front, and I'm a little nervous now. She didn't get in at SAG. What's
know,
going on?
I know. I can't explain that. I don't know
Of course,
what
Beale
happened.
Street just got skunked entirely.
Right. No, I think King's already done well with the Critics Awards, and I think she'll win the Globe. I think Adams wins the SAG. We'll have a real cliffhanger at the Oscars, but I think King still takes it at the Oscars. I think.
But let's say why. In my view, this case is that when we're kudos watchers here, we do this all the time. And look, we keep being surprised at the Emmy Awards by Regina King winning, right? She, 3 out of the past 4 years, won. Probably would have won that 4th year if Nicole Kidman hadn't been in there for Big Little Lies. And sometimes Regina King, these are big upsets in movies that you've never even heard of.
Even she is shocked. I mean,
Even
she
she
says, "Come on, really?"
So remember how the voting works. This is very important, and that is that it's peer group. So at the Emmys, it's peer group for the first round, peer group for the second round. So there's this Regina King thing going on among the peer group.
Yes.
But at the Oscars, it's peer group for the first round and everybody for the second. So she'll get in definitely. That I don't think that SAG thing
Right.
can happen to
She'll be
her
nominated.
here. She'll certainly be nominated. That said, does the Regina King thing, whatever this thing is, and it maybe just be that she's a great actress, overdue, and the industry urges that this finally happens. There's this wild card going on.
There is. King's role in Beale Street, it's a little more dramatic than Adams. Adams in she's very good here, but
She doesn't have much of a role, Adams.
it's
and
probably not
Adams,
strong enough to win.
And explain, she's never won.
Right. This will be her 6th nomination, and she's overdue. But this just may not be the right vehicle. And
But then, that said, he keeps giving you the Glenn Close is going to win Best
no.
Actress because she's overdue.
Well, she
argument.
was superb
and then
in The
totally
Wife. She
throws that out the window when he gets down
Here's
to
what's
Amy
going to happen
Adams.
is that Glenn Close will relinquish the title as the biggest loser among actresses, and Amy Adams will gain an Oscar night this year. So let us be passing the torch.
Right now, Glenn Close is tied with Deborah Carr and Thelma Ritter, of
Poor
all
thing,
people,
yes.
I know, as the biggest loser at 6. Amy Adams is at 5. Presumably, they'll both be nominated
Yes.
now, and of
Yes.
course, this battle goes on. So what Tariq's talking about is if Glenn Close finally wins and Amy loses,
Yes.
we have a whole new
Exactly. Congratulations, Amy. I'm sure you're thrilled. So, no, Amy was great. Remember years ago, I predicted
You
her
don't
to win
get
for
what
Dallas.
Hollywood is not waiting for your approval on movies.
Yeah,
Tariq.
Amy is. Amy and I, we
okay,
go way back. No, but
okay.
Amy will win someday, but probably not this year.
But that's not what some very important people at Gold Derby, some experts say, and that is that she wins at the Globes,
She could.
and that she and when there's no Regina King at SAG, who wins at SAG?
Oh, Adams is winning SAG.
Well,
Yes.
Then why aren't you
by
taking
the
her more
way-
seriously as an Oscar threat?
No, she has a chance. She does. No, she has a chance.
Has a chance. Well, thank you, Mr. Khan. How condescendingly nice of
I
you.
think King wins the Globe. Adams wins SAG. King wins the Oscar. It is close. Again, she has a more dramatic role. If Amy had maybe one more killer scene in Vice, she could probably do it. But
That's the problem. She doesn't have that,
exactly.
that big killer scene.
So King. And by the way, Adams, the Globes. She already has won 2 Globes for films. She won for both American Hustle. Then the following year, she won for Big Eyes. They've been Globes
They really
twice.
love- they really love
they
her.
do. They may not feel the need to reward her again for a
Or
film.
the opposite is true, and that is she's just the automatic winner because they
Well,
love her so much.
No, but I think if they see King as the Oscar favorite, they'll vote for her.
But that's the problem is the King is no longer the Oscar frontrunner because of the SAG glitch.
Right.
Maybe she is. I think she is at Gold Derby even. But that said, we have a real race.
We
here.
do.
This
It's exciting.
This is really
unlike
exciting.
last year where the same people swept everything.
Right.
Oh, by the way, one more question on Best Supporting Actress. An important question. We have 4 sure things for nominations. Adams, King, Rachel Weisz, Emma Stone. They're all sure things. Who is getting that 5th slot? We see talk for Claire Foy.
I
and
think it's
First
your
Man,
year, Tariq.
Michelle Yeoh for Crazy Rich Asians. No, if I get it, you're getting it with me, Tom. Come on, I could have done without you. But I wonder.
nice.
Last year, I predicted Leslie Manville at last minute for Phantom Thread on the theory that she would
He
get
does
number
this
1
all
votes.
the time. He gets one little thing right. He
Passion votes.
just grabs
This year,
hold of
that
it and
fifth
just rubs
slot-
it in.
That 5th slot, could Marina Taverna?
No,
could
no,
she
that's
get it
your
for Roma?
prediction. No, it's not
Passion
happening.
Votes? Well,
No.
I think so.
No, it's not happening.
But who's getting in for supporting actress? That 5th slot.
I've got Nicole Kidman now, who got in for a similar role in Lion.
That was the
recently.
Best Picture nominee.
Yeah,
She was
but
nominated
this
for
is
both the
Nicole
Globe and the
Kidman and the
SAG.
sympathetic character, the mother,
Right.
reassuring, taking on the world on behalf of this. No, it's different here. I don't know. That's a good
It
question,
is,
but
okay.
I'm not
You folks
buying
probably know. We'll watch
I'm
you.
not buying the Roma thing
Yes.
one bit here.
For supporting actress, could get a nomination. We'll see.
So supporting actor, Mahershala Ali is overwhelmingly the favorite among experts and everyone else except this guy. Now, go ahead.
Oh, this race is over. Richard E. Grant, Best Supporting Actor.
Why?
Can You Ever Forgive Me? It's
Why?
a brilliant,
Well, that has
delicious,
nothing to do with anything.
scene-stealing performance. One of your film critics. It's funny.
You think they're voting on the performances at the Oscars?
Yes, they are. It's funny. Early on, I thought he would win BAFTA and then the Oscar and lose everything else. Now he actually may win the Globe, and he may win SAG. He may win.
He's
everything
gonna win
this
the
year.
Globe.
Okay, then he's going to win SAG then as well.
Yes!
The Oscar is his. Okay, it's over. Richard
It
E.
is
Grant winning.
because it's a lead performance in the. It's first of all, it's category fraud, as we know.
No,
that.
it's not. No, it isn't.
Yes, he's a
No.
co-lead in
No,
this.
no, no,
Oh,
he's
yes,
supporting.
he is.
It's a big
Oh,
part, he's
nonsense.
supporting.
And it is this role that steals the movie.
Right.
Basically, it's this
Yes.
subdued role, and you become more and more empathetic,
Yes.
drawn into him. Of course, you do with Viggo as well.
You know, after you see Can You Ever Forgive Me, the first thing people will say is, wasn't the guy who played the friend, wasn't he
Yeah,
great?
And
I mean,
actually, at some of those early awards, like Indie Spirits and others, he got nominated, and Melissa
Right,
McCarthy
exactly,
did.
yes.
That's how
yes.
strong
it's
he
the
is.
classic scene stealer like Allison Janney in I, Tonya, J.K. Simmons in Whiplash, like Christoph Waltz in
He's
Glorious
the
Bastards.
gay gadfly,
Right.
alcoholic.
Yes.
You know,
he's winning. I don't think Ali's winning against him.
Mahershala Ali is so. Mahershala Ali is the living embodiment of Sally Field. When you like me, you really, really
Right.
like me. There is a window, a honeymoon period at the Oscars.
You
where
always
if you
say
win
this.
one, I know, but it's true. Where they give two. I mean, what's the Diane Wiest thing all about? You know what is going on with these double wins for names that aren't big marquee
Wait,
names
hang on one
across
second.
America?
Diane Wiest in Bullets on Broadway, I mean, she chewed the scenery.
I'm
She
not
won
saying
every
she
single
didn't
award
deserve to win.
for the Oscars.
Don't tell
I mean,
me I'm-
She had no competition that year. I mean, Rosemary Harris, Tom and Viv. Anyone ever heard of that woman
Ugh.
at the time? I mean, no offense. Diane Wiest was an absolute lock. So don't compare Diane
But
Wiest
I'm saying that
in
there
Bullets
is
to Mahershala Ali.
there is a time Jason Robards won back to back in supporting. When they like you, they really like you. There's two Oscars. Ask Hilary Swank.
Yes.
I mean, for God's
Ali
sake.
was good, but Grant is winning the Oscar.
This is one award that is he's way out front for right now. Now that said, there are others who say we're both wrong and that this is the Veteran Achievement Award and the veteran that wins here is Sam Elliott. Where do you stand on that?
Never going to happen. I'm sorry.
Why? Why?
Before I saw the movie, I was predicting him because I think he's a great
nothing
actor.
to do with the movie.
But yeah, Tom, you always say that, but that's not true.
Oh, my God.
The part is just too small. He's very good. The part
part
is
is
too small.
small. That is
not
true.
enough impact. This
a
will be
lot
his
of
first-
impact.
Assuming he gets nominated, assuming that's not even a guarantee, this would be his first nomination. He's not going to win SAG. He's not going to win. If he gets nominated, he'll be lucky. That'll be a terrific.
How
but
many
he's not
nominations
winning.
did Mahershala Ali have before he won? I don't want to hear this. Look, Timothée Chalamet, he was actually out front early on
He was.
among the experts and the rest of it, and it was considered a real threat to take down Gary
Right.
Oldman up recently in the Best Actor race. But all of a sudden, he's just fallen behind.
has,
It's a
he
big
has.
showy role. Why?
Well, you know, it's funny. The film hasn't done as well as we thought it might. It looks to be the only nomination for the film, most likely. He hasn't been really winning the Critics Awards yet. He won't win the Globe, we don't think, right? I mean, he's probably not going to win.
No,
SAG.
he's
So
not.
He'll be nominated, but this is just not his
Poor
great
Timothy.
performance. But this is probably not his year. But he'll win in the future. I just told him that the other night. That he.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Well,
he-
I'm sure you made his.
Absolutely.
You told him he's not going to win?
I told him that he has.
You
several
said, "Sorry,
Oscars."
Tim?
No.
What did you say?
I said you'll win several Oscars in the future. I told him that.
Oh.
Yes. I said he'll be nominated again, but he'll win several in the future. So, which I think he will. He's brilliant.
We're going to get a stink bomb in the mail from Timothy, right?
He's outside the door right now. So he wants to know what his rankings right
he
now.
wants to know what this crazy Tariq Khan is saying
Yes,
here.
yes.
Right. All right, now that said, sum it all up.
This year it's exciting because we don't have many clear frontrunners. You know, last year,
We knew Frances McDormand was going to win. We knew that Gary Oldman.
Really, after the Globes, the races seem to be over in the acting categories. And this year, I mean, picture is really, I think, wide open. Best actor, we disagree. I mean, I'm one of the only ones picking Rami Malek, but the votes are all over the place. Best
There are
actress
no
here, I think
votes yet, by the
we have a
way.
real race. So this year it's exciting because nobody knows for certain.
Not even Tariq Khan, despite his
I
swagger
admit that, I don't.
and despite his huffiness
Except
here.
Rami Malek is winning SAG.
And
Say that
I
again.
am here to take him down and remind him that humility is the first, as I prove daily, the first quality of the smart pundit. Right, Tariq?
Yes. As as Freddie Mercury saying, "Mama, I just killed a man. It's going to be me right now." Right?
That's right.
So
you out there watching this or listening to this have got to make your predictions, because remember, your predictions impact the actual racetrack odds at Gold Derby, which in turn terrify Hollywood. All of these stars we're talking about know their racetrack odds when we run into them on the circuit, and they know they change. Remember, every hour as the predictions change at Gold Derby.
Yes.
So help us terrify them. It's
yes.
fun.
Yes, Lady Gaga, she's checking out Gold Derby.
Lady
every day,
Gaga,
right?
we hear, is checking out Gold Derby all the time. So we know that Stephanie, that you're watching, and
Congratulations, great performance.
and you're really in it to win it, honey.
You won the Golden Globe. Congratulations.
I think she has a much better chance at SAG than you do. I think she is really the one to take down here. That said,
you're just trying to score some concert tickets from Lady Gaga, right? So that just did it.
I've never been
Congratulations.
to a concert
Well,
in my
now
life.
you are. Front row seats, okay?
No. I think that she is the star of the year, and how do you deny her the Oscar? I'm not. That said, I'm not firmly predicting yet. We'll see what happens. Oh, again, to quote the great William Goldman, nobody knows nothing, but you do. Make your predictions. Prove us wrong.
Happy holidays.